Greetings and salutations, YouTubies. This is Brett Rogers, your holistic guru, if you will, and I am here to talk about cleansing and healing and all those fun and frolicking things. Let's see. You know, the first thing that you probably want to do with changing your diet is to stop consuming fast food and start reading labels. You also may want to start going to a health food store. The vibe there is better. The labels will be easier for you to read. It's unlikely that you're going to continue to find labels that are about this long, full of all kinds of interesting words and things that we have absolutely no idea what they are, and that you'd have to look up in the encyclopedia of food ingredients if you wanted to know. And so, yes, I highly recommend that you start to shop at a health food store and buy organic food. And like I've said in other videos, most of the time people will say to me, I can't afford organic food. Well, you have to change your lifestyle and change your expenses so that you'll have the ability to buy organic food. And it may be a while, but you know, you've got to take that first step or two and get going in the right direction to be able to create the life that you need to be able to move in the right direction that you need to move. And so let's see, after you've done those things, you need to start thinking about eating organic meat. If you're a meat eater, and you probably are, you need to start eating organic meat and not that mass-produced crap from Tyson Chicken or one of those companies that's filling their beef full of antibiotics and growth hormones. What you want to do is strengthen your body, not take an anti-life or antibiotic. Whenever you kill something, that's not good for life. So when you think about the farmers spraying pesticides on their crops, and bear in mind, I had an uncle, my Uncle Harold, owned a big farm on the Utah-Idaho border, and he spent many, many years spraying pesticides on his crop. And even though the good Mormon that he was, and all the money, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in tithing that he paid to the church, and all the time that he spent involved in, projects with the church, and the good-hearted person that he was, God bless him, because he didn't have the common sense to know that he shouldn't be spraying pesticides on his crops, eventually he got brain cancer and died. Okay, so survival on this planet is largely dependent upon mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional strength. And part of that, a subcategory of all that, is intuition and common sense and listening to your gut. And I guarantee you that his gut was telling him as he was breathing that shit that, this just isn't a good thing, because we're poisoning the plants. Now, you have to know that even though it costs a lot more for organic food, that you don't want to be consuming some toxic poison crap that somebody sprayed on the crops. In fact, if you can get your own garden going, then you'll know exactly what's on the crops. and hopefully it won't be Roundup. So, then you want to start thinking about, well, what am I the most sensitive to? Is it meat that's really making me feel sick after I eat it? Is it wheat that's really making me feel sick after I eat it? Is it soy that's really making me feel sick after I eat it? Is it dairy that's really making me feel sick after I eat it? Does alcohol not make me feel really good after I drink it? What's making me not feel very good? And what makes me feel good? Okay, so it's pretty much just a no-brainer. And what you do is you hit the nail right on the freaking head. Because what you need to do is attack the things that are causing you the most difficulty and grasp onto the things that you're so desiring the most. And oftentimes it's not easy, and you have to find adequate substitutes for the things that you're trying to get rid of that aren't quite so troublesome for you. And these are the things that I will talk to you about and help you with if you do a holistic consultation with me. If you click on Show More, you'll see more of the description, and you'll see the links to my website, including the Holistic Consultations page. My rates are very reasonable, and we can talk on the phone or on the Skype on my computer and your computer. Cleansing and healing. There is so much to it, and if I had had somebody like me to talk to 10, 15, or 20 years ago, oh my God, I could have progressed so much faster and with so much less stress. But now you have me to talk to about all these things and how to go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 to step 4. Whew, it's a long, long journey. So let me tell you where I'm at with my diet now. I am vegan, no gluten, no soy, and now I am occasionally consuming the lavages, which is a flatbread, whenever I feel like I need some of that mucus. And believe me, sometimes you still need to consume mucus-forming foods. And there's reasons behind that. And you have to learn all of that kind of thing. And if you keep watching my videos, then you will. Subscribe to me. And I'm consuming more and more raw foods. I'm making a lot of raw pâtés, where I take vegetables and I put them in the food processor and I blend them up in the processor and add spices and olives and maybe a little bit of coconut oil and green powder and this or that. And the more I consume of that kind of stuff, the more it pushes me. Now, some of you have candida problems like me, and you need to gradually cut out the fruit more, and you need to focus on that more. Some of you don't have that problem, and you can become full-on fruitarians for a while and really cleanse your body out. So, some of you need to work on and become and utilize more of a macrobiotic diet, and others need to work on more of a raw food diet. So there are all kinds of ways to go about doing this. But bear in mind, you've got to know how to get rid of the toxins in your body by sweating it out, by exercising, some of you moderately, some of you more extremely. You need to do enemas, some of you more, some of you less. And so there are so many different circumstances. Some of you have gut problems, stomach problems, and you need to really wash that out regularly, because the more garlic you consume and various herbs and green juices, the more it's going to make you nauseous, and then you need to wash it out. And we can talk about that too. There's just a whole lot of knowledge that's going on up here that needs to go in there. Can you dig it? And you know, it's not just diet and it's not just cleansing, because with almost every single one of you, there's emotional issues. How do you get all that out? Well, breath work is very important. For years, and still occasionally, I do an Indian breathwork ceremony. And it involves taking in a massive load of oxygen and then releasing it all out. There were years when I did nothing but cry for days and days. I can tell you, I had so much pain from my alcoholic father. And you know, there's a lot more things to talk about with families, because when you're going through all this, do you think that they're really going to be like all gung-ho and happy to see you getting rid of your issues and your baggage? Do you think that they're going to be like really, really supportive? Oftentimes, most of the time, no. And so you have to find other people that can help you and support you on your journey. I can be one of those. So, thank you. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that some of this information has helped you. Please once again subscribe to me, and love you lots. Be good.